I just want to be a healthy person. Like, this video is so raw, you guys. Fuck. Yep, that's another moment that went viral. I'm frustrated and I'm done. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Amberlynn's about to quit semaglutide. Like, literally, it wasn't like that until this situation.
It's not necessarily bad, right? I must emphasize that. But it's disappointing.
Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about our co-host Amberlynn Reid. It's been a while since we made a video about Amber, and there's a couple things that have happened since then. The most important things are that a couple days ago there was a video uploaded titled "I'm quitting semaglutide and I'm done weighing myself in first therapy appointment." I had a lot of people, I was live streaming on YouTube a couple days ago or yesterday, and I had a lot of people asking me my thoughts. So we're going to go over that, as well as a video that was uploaded on the day that I'm recording this video, which is another whole thing. But we're just going to talk about a little portion of this video, just kind of when she's talking about the semaglutide stuff, just because everything else is just really not interesting to me, at least. So let's get into why she has decided to stop doing semaglutide. And like right before this, she's basically like saying that she's struggling with the fact that she ended up gaining weight after eating only like 2,100 calories, and she's frustrated with that. And then she goes into basically why she's decided to quit doing the Ozempic or semaglutide.
Y'all, I'm genuinely so annoyed. Like, I have no words for it. I swear I'm not crashing out, I'm not spiraling, but this whole vlog is gonna seem that way because it's like every step of the way I'm like, oh, I was gonna weigh myself daily. Oh, now we're not doing that. And it's just like, you know, the next thing I'm about to say.
So with the weighing yourself daily, I don't think that it's completely necessary. And she says herself, you know, someone with lipedema or lymphedema, with all of these other things that are going on, I can understand how weighing yourself daily won't be good. I don't know. I just don't understand why she is so focused on wanting to weigh herself daily, because I don't think, maybe there's some people that are like, you should do that. I personally don't think it's super good idea, especially for her with all of the fluctuations that happen and how those affect her. I think weighing yourself relatively frequently and just trying not to let that number affect you too much is important, but there's no reason that Amber should weigh herself daily or feels that it's completely necessary. I think as long as you're doing it at a frequency where you're not just sticking your head in the sand and being like, I don't know what happened, I didn't know I was gaining weight. You know, as long as you are being somewhat consistent to where if you are seeing the number climb, you can be like, okay, let me make some changes there, right? I don't think weighing yourself daily is super necessary. It seems like that's part of like her kind of, her cycle is that, oh, I'm not going to weigh myself anymore, and then I'm going to start losing weight. I'm going to weigh myself daily, and that's just kind of what ends up happening, right?
Sundays are my semaglutide day. I was supposed to message the providers 2 weeks prior to me needing a new vial, and I did that. I even vlogged, letting you guys know that I did that. As the days are getting closer and closer, it still hasn't shipped, so I messaged them, and I'm like, I'm going to be taking literally my increased dose, because I was supposed to double my dose. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be taking it late because you guys are not shipping it. And they're just like, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. And I'm like, what do I say to that? I don't know. Like, it's okay, I guess, question mark. Like, this is a medicine. And
it definitely seems like this company that she's working with is not on their P's and Q's for sure. And I think, but the thing is, there's so many other options that she could go down. And I don't know, like, I feel like there's so many options that would be less like shady and less hoops to jump through where she can get it. It might be a little bit more expensive, but I think like that could be worth it, right? Like I just think that this could be really helpful, and it's a bummer that it seems that that's just not going to continue because of all the logistical issues that are happening, right?
It's like I'm relying on this company to do the right thing. So already not getting it in time has been highly frustrating. So I was supposed to get it before the Sunday, which was just a few days ago, like today's Wednesday. And then they were like, nah, psych, like you're gonna get it on Tuesday. And I'm like, okay, fine, I guess I'll take it a couple days late. Like, it's fine. I messaged the provider to see what he thought, and he said it's gonna be okay. So yesterday came around, which was Tuesday, and I was expecting to get it in the mail, and I didn't. So then I was like, fuck. I woke up today and I was like, hopefully I'll get it today. I checked, I said it was gonna be here today. It did arrive, it did. But it's the wrong dose. It's the wrong dose.
I mean, I can understand being frustrated about that. That would be unbelievably annoying. And so, I mean, I can't fault her for being frustrated, but I do think that like being like, I'm just going to stop doing this. I understand that she feels it's not really helping, but I think maybe trying to make sure you get in a higher dose and like see if that actually helps. I think that's a better way to go about it instead of, and I understand it's easy to be like, screw it, I'm done, I quit, I've tried everything that I could, I don't want to do this anymore. I get that, but when this is something that is so important, like losing weight and like being, really being focused on this and like making sure that you do this is super important. I think it's worth, jumping through the hoops and dealing with the ups and downs that come with it instead of just being like, I'm done, I don't want to do it anymore, right?
I'm frustrated and I'm done. It's like all these little things today are like, I don't know, just really getting to me. Just everything is getting to me. I cannot wait for my first therapy appointment tomorrow. Like, I just feel like the weight of the world is on me currently. And it's like, how is this company that I am relying on for like a medicine that I'm injecting inside of me, how are they not only going to be late, but they're going to ship me the wrong dose?
Because they're freaking shady, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like a lot of these companies that have popped up with the, the popularity of the GLP-1 medications, they're shady. Like that's my opinion, but that's how I feel about it.
Like, what do I do with that? I'm frustrated and I'm done. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Amberlynn's about to quit semaglutide. Like, literally, it wasn't like that until this situation. I love the thought of semaglutide and Ozempic and all of it. Like, I don't want to think about food. I don't want the food noise. I don't want to be hungry. Like, when semaglutide is really working and when Ozempic would work in the past, like that shit like felt phenomenal to me. But it's literally not even working. You guys have been hearing me say that for weeks now. And I was like, oh, fine, I'm gonna keep giving it a chance. And then it's late, days late. And then once it does arrive, it's not even the right dose. Like, I'm just so frustrated.
There's just so many other options, right? It's not like this is the only way that you can get a GLP-1 medication delivered to you. There are a lot of other options, or, like getting it prescribed from an actual doctor and like, that maybe that's a little bit more expensive, but like there are options and this could be something that literally changes your life. So I think like continuing to pursue it is a good idea. And like, it's not like, obviously you don't need to have a semaglutide. You don't need to have these medications to lose weight, right? Like it's not completely necessary. People have lost weight for a very long time without them. I'm one of them, right? But I think with Amberlynn, I think she, at the end of the day, she needs all the help she can get, right? Like, let's be real. She needs all the help that she can get. And I think that pursuing this and really trying to make sure this happens is important, and it's worth jumping through her hoops. It's worth dealing with all of the annoyingness that's happening here, because it could potentially save your life. And at what point is something too much of a hassle to help you save your life? I don't know. I feel like there should be a little bit more oomph in trying to make sure this works for you.
Right now, like, I don't even have words. Right.
So I just, with all that being said, and then it skips to her eating Pringles but that's gonna be what we talk about with this video. And so let's get into the video that was uploaded just a couple hours ago. So this video is titled "Lying to All of You," and in this video she is reacting to an old video of hers, and I think that a lot of people have been asking for Amberlynn to do this because her previous partner, Beck, who you can actually see here on the side of the screen, has been doing a lot of reactions to Amberlynn's content. And so I think that because with that happening, people have been asking her to do some reactions, and that's kind of what is happening here. So Amberlynn is going to be reacting to an old video of hers that she uploaded many, many years ago. We're not going to watch the whole thing. There's going to be a chunk that we skip through just because, again, it's not really necessary to what I want to talk about. But without further ado, let's get into this video.
Hey guys, welcome to a new video. This is the first video of the Reactlyn series. So I have no idea how this is gonna go down, but so many people are like, girl, just react to some videos. And I don't know what to react to.
I don't think the people are asking you to react to your old videos. They're probably asking you to react to the videos of people making claims or having something to say about you, right? Like so you can kind of defend yourself a little bit more. I don't think people are really asking you to react to your previous videos. Again, that might just be a hunch, but that's how I feel.
So I went to Instagram and I asked you guys, what do you want to see? And you guys gave me so many ideas. I got a cute little journal out and I wrote down at least 30 ideas. Like, there's so many, but I figured I would start off with the video that I feel like altered my YouTube experience and like the way people view me. It's a video that I uploaded 9 years ago on August 5th, 2016. The video is called Confessing Everything I've Lied About. So I remember that the reason why I filmed that video is because I
wonder how long that video would be now if she made it. I'm sorry.
saw another YouTuber do a confessing everything I lied about, and their audience was so like understanding and like gracious, and I was like, I need to do the same thing because I wanted to be accountable. I was like holding a lot of guilt, and instead of my audience reacting in the same way that that other YouTuber's audience did, it actually backfired on me. And ever since then, like, I've been known as the girl who lied and the girl who continues to lie, even though since from that point I've made sure to be honest and transparent, even in times where I did not want to be. Have I been perfect? No. I am human, but I'm also a YouTuber who shares a lot, but I'm still trying to hold on to so much privacy that sometimes the lines are blurred.
So that's really interesting. I wonder, you know, y'all that have been part of the Amberverse from the very beginning, what do you feel has been like, was the tipping point or the switching point, right? Where people were maybe more supportive and then they were kind of like, hold on a second, like, I don't know. I feel like we're being hoodwinked. We're being, you know, the wool is being pulled over our eyes, and I feel like this person's not being truthful. It's interesting that she thinks that it was from a video of hers where she says that she's lying, and, you know, that's when people had decided, oh, this person is just a liar. I think there are a lot of people, I remember that trend, and I think I even made a video kind of titled something similar. The main lie was about my full day of eatings and how I was actually eating more in like I was eating more food than I was showing, but it was because I didn't want people to feel like, you know, like, oh, I have to eat more to lose weight. I don't know. I made a video, it was many years ago, right? And so, but I am curious what you guys think about that, like if you feel like that was the switching point. But we're going to skip ahead a little bit and get into stuff that's a little bit more interesting.
Truthful about. So if you guys remember my aunt situation, this was a while ago though. Oof, the aunt situation. I was not expecting this. This was probably, I don't know, it was months ago.
It's just funny because, like, did you not watch this video before? Like, you're the one that filmed it. I don't know. Sorry. I'm sorry.
To be honest, when I uploaded a video about how my aunt doesn't talk to me anymore because I'm fat. I'm a little on edge about that. I ended up talking to her and my cousins regarding that video. I had no idea they were gonna see it. I had no idea my aunt even watched my YouTube anymore. That is a true statement. I did not know that she watched all my videos. And I will say, when I did upload the my aunt doesn't speak to me anymore because I'm fat video, I genuinely, at the time, that's like genuinely how I felt. But that doesn't mean that it's true.
Yeah, and I think that I can understand feeling that way, especially if you feel very like bad about the fact that you're larger, right? A lot of times you will put it on other people that this person doesn't like me because I'm bigger. Or when I remember I used to think when I'd walk into a room and people were laughing, I was like, oh, they're laughing at me because I'm so fat, right? Which in reality is probably not true. Maybe it happened every once in a while. Obviously I don't know. It's not like I asked people, why are you laughing? Is it because I'm fat? Right? I never did that. But I had this insecurity, right? My size. And so anything bad that would happen, I would attribute it to that, which is another thing why when I talk about losing weight, a lot of people think, oh, it'll solve all my problems. But a lot of times the problems that you have as you're overweight are not just because you're overweight, right? There might be other things that are going on that are negative, that are things that you are not good at, or things that you are, you know, just messing up in your own life that have nothing to do with your size. And so I think that that's interesting. Obviously, I can't say for sure, but interesting to kind of like make a whole video calling someone out about something that you don't even know is true, right? That's not the best look.
Or anything. And they were greatly offended. But at the time, I was vulnerable and I was upset, and I really felt like blaming my weight on everything was just like the easiest way to go. Okay, taking accountability. A round of applause, round of applause. I'm not gonna lie, no pun intended, but I'm not gonna lie, I still do that now. I blame my weight on a lot of things. And sometimes it's things that like don't even make sense and aren't really justified.
Yeah, and I think that that's like, one thing that she says is like, I think she genuinely believes that, oh, people don't like me because of my weight, right? That's like one of the biggest things that people don't like. Of course, there are plenty of people that I'm sure feel that way, right? But I think a lot of the people, especially the people that make videos on Amberlynn, the reaction channels, the people that are documenting this stuff, people that are really, really, really into this stuff, they have found a lot of other reasons why they are not a huge fan, right? And like attributing it just to your weight, I think is not beneficial.
It's hard. Like, I have a weight issue, and I have, mental issues that cause, me to be bigger. You don't just get this big for no reason. It just doesn't work that way. Like, of course,
I agree with that. There's usually an underlying reason for sure.
can get, overweight. That's normal. But to become so morbidly obese, there's something wrong. And I kind of wanted to ignore all that and just be like, oh, my aunt doesn't talk to me because I'm fat. I just thought it would be easier. And truly, back then, I did a lot of clickbait. And I think also titling my video that was very like eye-catching, and I knew that people would want to watch. There's more to me.
Yeah, I mean, that's YouTube. Yeah.
Than my weight when it comes to me and my aunt's, relationship. I pushed her away because of just who I am and how I am as a person. And that's the truth. And it's really not has anything to do with my weight. At the time, I felt like that. Sometimes I still do. I really don't know. It's kind of crazy to me that like I am taking a lot of accountability, and I feel myself being super vulnerable in this video, and I'm genuinely admitting to things that like I know at the time I did not want to admit to. Like, being that vulnerable, sometimes it's really embarrassing, and I felt a lot of shame there, and I kind of feel it now.
We love Amberlynn taking accountability and patting yourself on the back 9 years later. Sorry.
I think I gave her a lot of excuses as to who I am. I fibbed to her a few times just so she would stay in my life. I know that sounds so fucking strange, but wow, that is crazy behavior. So back then, I displayed a BPD symptom that I also still struggle with, but I'm telling you, my early 20s, I was so bad with that. So what it is when you feel like you're being abandoned by someone that you really care about, you go to like extreme lengths to try to get them not to abandon you. And me admitting that I would tell my aunt fibs just so she wouldn't leave my life is really sad to hear. Like, that is genuinely like, damn girl, you have been struggling for far too long. And I know I'm not perfect now in 2025, but like the Amberlynn back then, 9 years ago, she didn't know all of the knowledge that I know now about BPD. It doesn't make those things right or okay, but like looking back and now having an explanation is just like, whoa.
I mean, again, I'm not an expert on BPD. I don't know exactly the deals, how that affects people. And I'm sure like with anything that's a mental diagnosis, everyone's going to exhibit different reasons why they might do certain things, and they might do different things like based on their BPD and stuff like that. So I don't know. Like, I think a lot of people are like, oh, she's just, using her BPD as an excuse. Obviously, again, I'm not an expert, but I can relate to the idea of someone maybe being critical of you and negative of you, or saying that they want to leave. And like, for me, this is, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't admit this, but I'm not the best with this, is like, if someone is negative or critical to me and says that they want to leave, my initial reaction is to like just push them away as far as I possibly can and be like, well, if you want to leave, then leave. I don't like, it's like, I don't handle criticism very well. And so, that's just a little bit about me. Maybe I shouldn't share all that information, but why not? Okay, let's keep going.
I don't know. That's really all I want to say regarding that is, no, my aunt, she didn't stop talking to me because I'm fat. She stopped talking to me because of the issues I brought upon her, I guess. And if she's watching this, I am so sorry. And I really just, I wish I could change. who I am as a person. That breaks my heart to see myself like that, because I know that I was struggling and I didn't understand why I was the way I was in any regard. And it's like, now as a 34-year-old woman, I was literally 25 then. I was just in my mid-20s. I had no idea why I was the way I was. So being able to kind of like figure that out now, like, I feel bad that I've let down that girl from 9 years ago because I didn't do it sooner, but I'm also glad that I'm doing it now. Because
I mean, no comments about the crying in the video. I mean, you don't know how I feel about that.
I want my aunt back. Like, it affects me. It really does. Sorry. Okay.
I just like, I don't know. I was like, can you not reach out? I don't, at least then, obviously I don't know where Aunt's at now, but like, it's just weird to make a public video about that when you could just easily reach out to them. Again.
Next thing is my weight. I wouldn't say I've lied to you guys per se about it, but I definitely haven't been like very into like telling you guys my weight. All right, you guys, so here is the moment that made it to where
I mean, okay, I'm sorry.
Like, no one ever believes my weigh-in videos. Like, people have been saying I've been lying about my weight since the end of time, when in actuality, the only time that I have ever lied about my weight was during this moment in this video, and I forget how I even did that. Like, I'm on the edge of my seat. Like, I just want to keep watching. I'm fluctuating a lot currently with my weight. It's frustrating, because I'll do really good at something and then I will mess up, and then I'll do really good at something and then I'll mess up. This used to happen to me a lot, where I would lose like 4 pounds and then gain it back. But now, currently, it's to the point where I gain like, I mean, I lose about 15, 20 pounds and then I gain it back, and that's really bad for me. And I haven't really been 100% honest about that, because whenever someone asks me, you know, oh, she's gaining weight or whatever, I always just say I'm losing. I don't know. I don't need the backlash. So I do understand myself back then. Like, I understand why I would say that, because I was not used to the hate. I was not used to the backlash. Now, I don't care if you guys know how much I've gained, how much I've lost, how much I'm maintaining. Like, obviously, because I'm used to the backlash, I'm used to the hate. But back then, like, I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want you guys to know, but I should have just ignored it. I shouldn't have lied. I shouldn't have led you guys astray thinking I was losing weight when I wasn't. That's not okay. And that has definitely made it to where it's hard for you guys to believe me now, which I understand that, but it was 9 years ago. Since that video, I can tell you, I have never lied about my weight since then. At all. I don't.
I mean, I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I think that I can understand maybe especially back before Amberlynn was what Amberlynn is now, maybe like dealing with, so like, you know, it can be annoying, right? This is why I tell people it's not the best idea to be someone that's trying to lose weight and then posting on the internet, because people can be ruthless. But I think that the reason that people don't believe is there have been a lot more instances of people pointing out inconsistencies with the weight than just this. And so I can understand why people don't trust that. I mean, I can understand why she maybe initially started doing that, but I think there's more to the story than just, oh, I've never done it since then, right?
Want it. I just feel like it's so much safer to just say what people want to hear and what I feel like people will not hate me for. I don't know how to explain it, but I can 110% say I've never been 500 pounds. I know a lot of people are saying, you know, oh, she's 500 pounds, she's about to be 650 pounds. Like, this has never happened. I was absolutely being honest there. And a lot of people even think now, like, oh, you've been 600 pounds. Oh, you're 650 right now. Oh, you're 700. People have always crazily overestimated like how much I actually weigh. My highest weight is 485, and right now, today, I weighed 476, I think it was. And currently, right now, I am losing weight. Like, I'm not gaining, I promise you that. I have been weighing myself practically every day. I skip a few days here and there, and the scale is going down, and I'm in fear it's gonna go back up again because my mind always wins. Losing weight is mind over matter, and that's just how it's always been. And I feel like my mind is so strong with some things, but I feel like my weight is just like, ugh. Anyways, the next thing is about my girlfriend Destiny's weight gain and if she's actually gained weight. So before we continue to see what I said about Destiny, I think this is another prime example of I should have just ignored it, and I shouldn't have mentioned my partner's weight gain, weight loss, whatever it may be. But I have a feeling I'm gonna say to like protect Destiny, I lied. Ugh,
I'm sorry, it reminds me of like, what is it? It's one of those old videos where it's like, it's like, what is it? She's saying like, something, I love you. That's like I'm sorry. My brain is just, okay.
Told you guys that Destiny has not gained weight since she's been with me. I've said that at least 100 times, but she has gained weight since she's been with me. We're not surprised, Amberlynn. We are not surprised. I do want to say, before she met me, she gained weight from birth control. A lot of people are like, why'd she take birth control, blah blah blah, and I'm like, it's not really your business. Like, I don't want to say, girl, you should have just said that. When people are like, has she gained weight, you should have also been like, that's none of your business. But I think I understand why I didn't say that. Is because if I would have said that's none of your business, then people would assume that she gained weight. And my idea at the time of protecting Destiny was to let people know that no, she did not. A lot of people were confused because
I think it's just, more than anything, it's just this constant need to try and constant need of validation and to prove that you're right. I think that's the biggest problem. And I think that's where a lot of this stems from, is this feeling of, I need to be right. I need to have the last word, right? I think that's something that Beck has said in their videos, is that Amberlynn was very much so when they were together. I always had to have the last word, always had to have the last thing to say, always, you know what I mean? And so I think that's really where a lot of this stems from, is that need.
they're like, she's a lesbian, why does she need birth control? There is other reasons why people need birth control, and I just don't really want to say that. Destiny did give me permission to talk about her weight and just explain to you guys that I have been trying to protect her feelings. When I moved in with her, or we like moved in together in our apartment, she weighed 181 pounds, and as of today she weighs 206. Okay, this is weird behavior. Now I'm like giving specifics. I went from wanting to protect Destiny to now.
Yeah, I agree. It's pretty freaking weird.
I'm like giving specifics of like how much she's gained. That's weird. I should have just stuck with, yeah, I lied about that. Let's move on. So she's gained about 25 pounds. On her body structure, of course, that's really horrible, and I feel really bad, and I blame myself so much. I do. She's never been a healthy eater, though, I will say that. But I feel like it's only gotten a little worse.
Brother, just stop. This is not good.
Since she's been with me, and I feel horrible about it. Like, I don't want to go into any more with that. I just feel freaking horrible, and I want her to lose weight more than I want myself to lose weight, because I care about her and love her more than I love myself. And when I see her eat something that's bad for her, it breaks my heart because she doesn't understand.
The acting here is bizarre. This is, hopefully Amberlynn understands that. I think like the backlash to this video is not again, hindsight's 2020. This was 9 years ago, right? But I don't think it was just, oh, there was lies. It's the way that you do that, and the way that you're talking about this other person who is another person that has their own feelings and their own, you know, they can make their own decisions. It's like, it's just bizarre, man. This is so weird, dude.
Nutrition like I do. She doesn't understand nutrition like I do. That went viral, and I don't, like, who's gonna listen to
I mean, that makes sense, dude.
me? Look at me, you know, that's just how it goes. I did not want this video to be like this, but I should have known. Okay, so something else I've lied about is the job I had in Florida. I told you guys that I was a PCA worker at a assisted living facility full-time, and I wasn't. I was a PCA worker.
So that's one of the things about this trend was like, you know, people would say the things they lied about was usually nothing that big of a deal, right? Like I was talking about like, oh yeah, you know, when I would do full day beans, I would eat a little bit more or whatever. I wouldn't show it on camera. Like these are very serious things and there's just so many of them. And so it's just like, what the heck? Like, I don't understand how she doesn't see that that's part of why people are like, whoa.
At assisted living facility, but I was not full-time. You guys, I miss that job so much. That is by far my favorite job that I've ever had. It was so rewarding and the people I met were absolutely amazing. So I would go in there on my days off. Me and Destiny would go in there on our days off and I would do a lot of volunteering. I even did it on days where Destiny wasn't working because I genuinely enjoyed being there and being with the residents. So I think the reason why I was like, yeah, I work full-time is because I did go there during a full-time shift, because when Destiny was working, because we worked together, I would also go there with her. I don't know why I couldn't have like literally just said that though. Like I don't know why I had to say that I like worked full-time. I should have just said I have a part-time job, but I am there full-time. I worked 4 hours. It started off 4 hours a day for 3 days, and then I got 4 hours a day for 4 days, and then I got 4 hours a day for 5 days. And then eventually I was 4 hours a day for 6 days. And then I started covering a lot of other just random shifts, like 8-hour shifts. And I did a 16-hour shift one time. I'm telling you, that 16-hour shift was rough. I was there the whole day and then the whole night. And then I had to wake up the residents, change their Depends, and shower some of them. And I was like half asleep. I was like, this is the first time I've ever done this, like a 16-hour shift. But honestly, still such a rewarding job no matter how tired I was. I was part-time. I was always on call, but I was part-time. I lied to you guys and said I was a full-time.
Why are we crying again? I'm sorry. Why are we crying again? Jesus.
I felt so guilty about my life in Florida. I mean, my life in Virginia. Sorry, I've lived so many places I don't even know anywhere. Okay. I felt so guilty about my life in Virginia. I lived with my ex-girlfriend for almost 4 years without a job, and I lived off of her parents. And all right, so here I feel like I'm just making excuses for the lie that I told, because the excuse doesn't even make sense. Like, I should have been proud of the fact that I even got a part-time job after spending so many years without a job. Like, I should have been proud of that, but instead it's almost like I felt ashamed, which is really weird. I got a lot of beef because of that online, and a lot of people didn't understand why I didn't have a job at the time and this and that. So I wanted you guys to be proud of me, and I didn't want you guys to think I was some helpless person. And I thought by saying I had a full-time job that it would make me seem like some freaking awesome person, and really it didn't.
Again, it's the constant need for validation, right? Trying to prove, oh, I'm doing these things. Again, this is like the cycle that we see still, right? Constant need for validation from Amberlynn, especially with partners that she is with at the time. But then again, a lot of white lies that are told on the videos. And I think that that's really what goes into so much of her videos now. Are half of the runtime is her trying to explain why this thing is actually true, or like replying to comments, or replying to this and replying to that. It's like she always has to prove that she's not lying this time, right? Because of maybe this video, maybe this is the the start.
I don't know why I lied about that. Besides the point is I just almost needed confirmation from other people that I was capable to be in this world. Validation. Validation is the word I was looking for. I felt like I needed validation from other people. I felt like people would think that a part-time job isn't as good as a full-time job. But Amberlynn, it was good enough. I just wish you believed it then. Sometimes I just felt like, why do I live off of everybody? Why can't I just support myself? I did not want to live off of Destiny. And when I was living in Florida at the beginning, I did not make enough money on YouTube. I lied about that. I did not make enough money on YouTube to support us at all.
Just another little quick one there. I lied about that. No big deal. You know, let's move on.
Now I will say YouTube income is incredible, and I'm so grateful for you guys because it really helps. It doesn't just help me, but it helps Destiny, and it helps her mom when she needs something. And I want to be that person. I'm so tired of just living off other people. I got so used to it being a foster care kid, like, because I was in foster care for so many years of my life, and I lived with so many families and group homes and children's shelters that I was so used to just relying on other people. And I didn't want to do that in Florida, and I had a moth on my head. That's cute. Just then, if you guys rewind and go look at that. I wanted to change when I moved to Florida, and you know, I knew the only job I could possibly get was working with Destiny, because not a lot of people want an obese girl. They don't. And I'm very grateful for, you know, I have a job here. I haven't yet started because they haven't yet contacted me yet, which is a bunch of BS. If you ask me, this is a big process. And like, YouTube is a job right now. It's reliable income, and it's a lot of income, and I'm appreciating it so much. Like, I don't even need a job outside of YouTube, but I feel like because of all those years that I didn't have a job while living in Virginia, that I need a job. I need to pay back. I need to, it's like a whole thing, but I just wanted you guys to know. Anyways, it sounds to me like I had a lot of guilt for not having a job while living in Virginia. And I think maybe like that's why, like, in the recent years, I have been so giving, like giving money and buying people gifts and buying people things. And a lot of people are like, oh, you're buying love, which maybe that's a huge part of it too. But I also think it's me just like making up for all that I was given when I was in need. Something else
I wonder if she still feels the same way as, you know, wanting to get a quote unquote real job. If that's something that she wants to do. I know she's mentioned it, right? So I don't know. It is very interesting that she kind of didn't talk about that little part of the video where she's like, you know, I want to have a job on top of YouTube. She kind of just skipped through that. Interesting.
Lied about is my blood pressure. On several occasions I have said I don't have diabetes, I don't have high blood pressure, I don't have high cholesterol, I don't.
What? So many, dude. So many things. This is a very long video about things you've lied about. God.
Have this or that, whatever. All of that is true besides the blood pressure. I don't have high blood pressure, but I have borderline high blood pressure. Where it's like semi-high. It's not high enough for me to take a pill, but it is there. This is another example of like, I just should have ignored it. I can understand not wanting to like tell people like medical stuff, but instead of saying like, I don't have high blood pressure, just like never talk about the topic. And just an update on that, I still don't.
Yeah. Exactly. You are in control of what videos you put out and the things you say in them. It's very important. And like, you have the ability to snip, edit something out. It's still something you can do. You know, this is still something you can do.
I have diabetes. I still don't have pre-diabetes, but I still do have borderline high blood pressure. But it's never been to the point of like doctors wanting to put me on medication.
Why? She literally said, maybe I shouldn't talk about this, and then immediately start talking about it again. So, like, what?
And it's a little scary, let's be real. I just want to be a healthy person. Like, this video is so raw, you guys. Fuck. Yep, that's another moment that went viral.
I have to rewind that just to. I'm sorry.
I just want to be a healthy person. Like, this video is so raw, you guys. Fuck.
It's incredible.
That's another moment that went viral. And I also was noticing while I'm watching this, why am I so whiny? Like, I'm giving whiny and it's making me cringe just like the slightest bit. Fuck me. Like, damn. Excuse me, Amberlynn, what'd you just say?
Bro, she's being harsher than I am, so I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying.
Excuse my language if you're young. Okay. I wanted people to think I was healthy, even though I have unhealthy written all over me. Like, this is not good. People think I'm promoting obesity, and I'm not. I'm just trying to promote, like, love yourself no matter what while you're trying to better yourself. But it's like, don't be this person. I still agree with that. Like, I will never promote morbid obesity, obviously. Like,
I think anyone that says that she's promoting it and like glorifying it, I'm sorry. I don't understand how someone could watch an Amberlynn Reid video and be like, hell yeah, brother, that's what I want. So I agree with her on this point.
I am just a human existing, and I'm also trying to show that, like, you can love yourself and be confident all while trying to improve. Like, I don't think that anyone should be this size and be okay with that. Like, there's a difference. But back to what I was saying about, like, wanting people to think I was healthy. Like, I get that because there's such a stigma on, like, bigger bodies mean worse health. And honestly, it's true. Statistically, it is true. Yes, skinny people have heart attacks. Skinny people have diabetes. Skinny people. But bigger people are more prone to these things. Like, it's not...
I mean, she's spitting right there.
Not good. And I know I have high blood pressure because my eating habits and because I'm morbidly obese, and I haven't been tested for diabetes or, you know, cholesterol or whatever in a while. So I don't know. But I can safely say that, like, if I eat a lot of sugar or whatever, like, I don't feel any differently. So I want to assume I don't have diabetes, but I'm just purely assuming, you guys. I really don't know. Thankfully, this time I'm not just guessing, and I actually do know. And that's what scares me. I currently don't have a doctor right now. I'm trying to get on an insurance plan, and it's just not working. I don't understand why. This also happened in Virginia. Ooh, like, I don't even know. So I'm trying to figure everything out, and I'm just trying so hard to treat my body the way I should have been treating it from the beginning. And sometimes my mind just, it overpowers me, and I don't know how. Like, it takes control of my whole body, toes to my head. I don't get it. Okay, so this last one kind of goes hand in hand. Why I don't vlog as much versus why do I ride a scooter in Walmart, and why do I sit in the car when Destiny goes in the store a lot. It's because I can't breathe. No. I've gotten to the point in my life, and since I've gained so much weight, everything is hard. People ask if showering is hard. Yes. So in this video that I'm actually reacting to, at the time I was living in Destiny's mom's house, and the shower that she had was like this old-fashioned, like, small tub that, like, was on feet, and it was so tall, and, like, the feet were so small that every single day I had to take, like, a shower outside of the shower. Showering at that time was, like, virtually impossible, or like a normal shower. Like, I made sure to clean my body almost every single day, but, like, I never stepped in the shower. And to wash my hair, I had to, like, put my head down and, like, wash it that way, like, in the tub. It was rough. It was hard. It was embarrassing. People ask if I can wear a seatbelt. No, they don't fit me.
I mean, I'm glad that, you know, she has a more accessible shower. That is obviously a good thing. And, like, the fact that it was so difficult for her, it does suck. You know, people be like, well, you should lose weight, blah, blah, blah. But clearly she's able to, I don't know, I'm sure people are going to be like, oh, she doesn't shower now. But it seems that it's much easier for her now in their current situation, which is a good thing. That I'm just gonna say that.
People ask if going up the stairs is hard. Yes. People ask, why do I ride a freaking Walmart cart? Not only is it my foot, that is the 100% truth. I do have either a heel spur or a plantar, whatever. I have not gone to a doctor for it, but it's also because I get so winded so fast, and it's because of my weight. And God, I would do anything to be able to vlog how I want to, but I feel like the only reason why I mean, what am I trying to say? I feel like the only time I vlog is when I'm sitting or when I have air, like even just sitting here, like sometimes I feel like I'm out of breath, and it's because of my weight, and I know you guys see it too, and like hashtag relatable girl, because I still struggle with that. I have gone through waves where my stamina has been worse and then better and then worse and then better again. My stamina then at the age of 25 is probably very similar to how my stamina is now, but the only difference is I actually push myself to do more. There's times where I'm like,
That just seems like a really tough way to go about your life, especially when you're 25, she was in this video. I mean, even when you're 34, 35, however old she is now, like, man, there's just so much more to life than just sitting in your room, you know, sitting in your house and just barely getting out. Like, man, like, I can't imagine not being able to go on, like, walks, you know, and, like, there's just so much to life that you're missing out on, man. That's sad.
like where I am in the store, like I do go in the store, like I don't just not. There are times where I'm in there and I want to show you guys something cool, but I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to talk because I can barely breathe because I'm standing and walking, and it's really embarrassing. As I was describing that, I think it made me realize that my stamina is actually better than it was then, because I vlogged while I was in Target recently and I was up walking in there for like 2 hours. So it actually makes me kind of proud of myself, low key. And
Bro, being in Target for 2 hours, I couldn't do it. I'm sure people are going to come for me, but 2 hours in one store? No. Nope.
I used to not be that person, and moving to Florida really messed with me. It really truly did. It made me so much worse off physically. Ooh, girl, and it's only gonna get worse, and that actually makes me really sad, because pretty soon you're gonna have a moment in your life. It's only gonna be about 6 months long, but you're gonna be like low-key bedbound. I wish I could just go back to that time, or even prior to, like when I was in Virginia, and I wish I could have just like stayed on my weight loss journey, like genuinely, because I let myself go. I stopped caring. I met Destiny, and she was very set in her weight, and she didn't understand like how to lose weight or anything, and so like I kind of got in that groove where I didn't care either, because she accepted.
So it's almost like blaming her here. It's a little weird.
Me, and she loved me, and I regret it. I fucked up. Look at me, a fuck up. That's really all I can say. I think that's it for now. I hope you guys appreciate this video. I feel like so many people are gonna be yelling and mad, and the comments are gonna be harsh, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to read the comments. Yep, girl, this video made a lot of people mad, and still 9 years later, people bring up this very video. And still, if I could go back in time, I would still film it. Because I remember after I filmed it, like a weight just like came off.
Would you film it though? Would you film it the same way? I don't know. It seems like you said you feel that you would change some things, right?
Off of me. It made it to where people didn't trust me anymore, which definitely fucking sucked. But I no longer was guilty, and I no longer was lying to my audience. I really don't. So this video, I might not read them, but if you guys watch this straight through, I appreciate it so much. This took so much nerve. I can't even explain how much nerve this took, but I appreciate you guys watching this, and I really hope you guys don't hate me. I'm a human. I make mistakes. I'm not perfect, and I was just trying to protect myself, and while doing so, I not only hurt me, but I probably hurt you guys. So, but I still hope you guys enjoyed this video for what it's worth, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Wow, that was a lot. I did take accountability, but I also had a lot of like weird random excuses and like whiny behavior that I was not jiving with. So
I agree.
I think I can understand why my audience was like, girl, this is not cool. But at the same time, I want to sit here and make excuses for myself and for my past behavior as like a 25-year-old who genuinely was so fucking immature.
Again, this is an excuse right here. So
like, I am super immature now as a 34-year-old woman, so imagine how immature I was at 25. So immature, it's insane. But anyways, wow.
Well, there you go. That's the video. I wasn't expecting to laugh as much. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I would love to know what y'all think down in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.